There was a time when I had to put up with a lot of medical problems and their solutions. One of the first was carcinoma of my larynx. Uh, my first treatment was X-ray. I had to go to the radiologist's department and undergo about 30 seconds of radiation, after which I picked myself up and went back to work. That lasted about 6 weeks. It didn't bother me. It did not interfere with my activities in any way. About 2 years later, it recurred. My otolaryngologist was moving to New York. I followed him. I was treated at Memorial Hospital in New York, and after 10 days returned home. I don't recall taking any time off. And I considered myself cured. Following that, I had abdominal aneurysm. I went to my vascular surgeon, who said I needed surgery. He said, we can do it tomorrow. I said, no, the boys want to go skiing, so let's do it next week. He said, that'll do. Then I had carcinoma of the prostate that required radiation therapy every morning for 5 days, for I think 4 weeks. I didn't let that interfere with my office activities, and that remained okay. The big operation was a partial pancreatectomy for cancer. I underwent that. It was big. I lost about 15 pounds, but none of that seemed to bother me. What I'm pointing out is that I have a great system of what I call denial. I recognize that I have problems, but I take care of them and I don't let them interfere with my activity in as little as possible. More recently, I have a beginning of monocytic leukemia. Nothing is to be done for the moment. I'm to see my doctor in 6 months. I do occasionally worry about that, but not to any great degree. The same goes for some lesions that seem to be growing in my left lung. So 2 more situations where I am in denial that anything serious is going on. I play bridge, I read, I watch TV. I plan to go to opera and ballet as usual. 2 new situations have arisen, and I think they point out how denial plays a part in my life. First, about 4 weeks ago, we were walking in Galleria. I often do that to maintain strength in my legs. I wander through the department stores. In this case, I went to Macy's, which is always brightly lit and has lots of merchandise for me to check. At this day, I wandered near Ralph Lauren, whose clothing I admire, and I saw they had a sale on sport shirts. I bought two, a bright pink one and a bright yellow one. You'd say, how long are you going to keep those? Those will last you 3, 4, 5 years. I say, I'm going to live longer than that. Then I got a request from a 12-year-old who lives in London and wants to be my pen pal. He is Eli Nilsson, son of Brad and Julia Nilsson. So we have started a correspondence. He wrote me a letter which I received last Thursday, and I found out that over the weekend he was sent to Henderson, North Carolina, to Camp Judea. I wrote him back immediately at Camp Judea because I know how wonderful it is to get mail when you're away from camp. So I'm in denial. I'm going to have a long correspondence with this young man. It's great. New denial has played a big part in my life. I think it gives me a good outlook at things so that I don't profoundly worry about what the future brings.